Hello, welcome to today's video. My name is Olaniro John. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to work with your pen tool and conversion tool in Adobe Illustrator. Now, let's get started. So, if you want to use your pen tool, all you have to do is to come to this your tools bar area, then you click on pen, okay? And the shortcut for it is P. The shortcut for it is what? P. So, now, what's the function of your pen tool? Your pen tool helps you to create shapes with sharp corner and even a shape with some rounded corner with some curve. Okay, in the last video I showed you how to draw basic shape in Adobe Illustrator, but the pen tool will give you access to do a lot more than that. For example, what we just have in the previous video is just our square, rectangle, circle. Okay, so with the help of this pen tool, we can draw something like trapezium. Okay, any shape you can actually name, we can draw it with our pen tool. Okay, that has a little curve or no curve at all. So now there is something pen tool actually works with, which is called anchor point. Can you see what I have here is what? It's called anchor. And what does this word anchor mean? It means that if you are going to create any object or shape in Adobe Illustrator, it's going to contain some anchor point. And with the help of this anchor point, you can make little modification to that particular area. For example, if I want to create a line with my pen tool in Adobe Illustrator, I just need to create two anchor points, but it has to be a straight what? A straight line anchor point. So I've actually have the first anchor point, then I'll drag it. Can you see? It's actually moving now. I can decide to do it like this. But remember what I want to create is a straight line anchor point, okay? Because I want to create a line. So I'm going to hold on my shift, then drag to where I have it, then I'll drop it. So now I can easily click because I want to create just two anchor points to make my line. Okay, so I'm going to press letter V now, which is the shortcut for selection 2. So now with this now, I have just what? Two anchor points, and it has actually helps me to create line. Let's zoom in so that you can see the color, and we can also change the fill to no fill, then our stroke to black, so that you can see the line very well. So can you see now? Good. So with the help of our pen tool, we are able to create two anchor points that makes a straight line. So let's assume we want to draw a triangle now. Triangle is going to have like what? Three anchor points now. Yes or no? So we are going to have the first one. Let's assume we want to draw a rectangle triangle. So you are going to have it this way. You are going to hold on your shift so that you can have a straight line. Then you are going to have it like this. Then straight line also. Good. Then like this. So now with the help of four anchor points, we are able to create a right angle triangle right here with our pen tool in Adobe Illustrator. Can you see now? So I can give it a fill. Remember, we have it in stroke here now. So I can give it a fill so that you can see it. So can you see now? So it means that all those other shapes that you cannot draw with your basic shape tools in Adobe Illustrator, you can easily make use of your pen to do that without any stress. Okay, and remember you can still make little modification using the anchor point to the shape. All you have to do is to click on your direct selection tool with the shortcut A. Your direct selection tool and the shortcut is A. So with that, you are going to see the what? The anchor point. Can you see now? And I can easily use that to make what? A modification to it. Okay, if I double tap on this my anchor point now, then I can just drag it like this. So with that, I'm able to create a more what? Custom shape. All I have to do is to double tap on that anchor point. Then I also have sorry for that. So and in my control bar area I also have some pictures that helps me to what? To make some little adjustments to my anchor point also like this now. Okay, convert selected anchor point to what? To corner. So if I want to, this is my selected anchor point now. So if I want to convert this area now to corner, I can easily click on this. Okay, so when I click on this, let's go back. Let's click on our pen tool. So with this now, I can activate this. Oh, sorry. You see what actually happened there now? You see what happened there? Because I click on my pen tool, then I have something like a minus there. So it means I want to subtract this anchor point. And when I subtract this anchor point, what is going to happen? Remember, we have three anchor points before that we used to create our what? Our triangle. Let me take it back to the initial state of the triangle so that you can understand what I want to explain with that. Okay? So this is our triangle now. Look at it now. Immediately I click on my pen tool and I come to this anchor point area. Can you see something? Minus, right? Good. So it means that I can actually subtract this anchor point. And if I subtract the anchor point, what is going to happen? It's going to delete the anchor point. And you know that when it deletes, it means that there's going to be some deformation what? To the shape. Do you get it now? Remember, you need a two line to create a straight line or line what? Shape. Okay, so now if I delete this now, we're going to have this. So we have two anchor point now instead of three, and with that, we cannot have a what? A right angle triangle again. So if we want to have our right angle triangle again, all we have to do is to hold on. All you have to do is to join the what? The anchor point. Okay, so let's assume we have this now. You can now join it with this one. Can you see now? So can you see now? Good. So, and it's not limited to that alone. You can also add some anchor point at the center of your shape also, or any part of the shape. You can add as many words as anchor point that you need. Just know that the shape you want to create will determine the numbers of anchor points you can have. Just like this now, with this one I can make some curves area now to this. Okay, by clicking on my, oh sorry, by clicking on my direct tool now, can you see I can easily double tap on this and use it. So can you see what I'm having now? So can you see what I'm having now? Double tap on this area now. Can you see? Can you see what I've actually turned my initial right angle triangle shape into now? Good. So the pen tool give you access to draw a more complex what? Shape. You get it now? A more complex shape. So now let's do something. Let's do something. So, okay, you have this. Let's try to draw a normal, when we are small and you started drawing, we used to draw this house, right? So let's try to create something like that with our pen tool. So we have this now. Let's create the roof first. Okay, so, so hold your shift. Good. Can you see now? So hold your shift also here. Hold your shift. Good. Then you can join it with this. So can you see now? Because I joined everything together, so it's giving me, okay. So I can decide to delete this anchor point now and just create the roof first. So I'll press my V. I'll create the roof first. Then I'll still come to my anchor point also. Tap on it. Can you see? Tap on it now. Then hold on my shift so that I can have a straight what? A straight line anchor. Can you see? Good. So I can join it to this now. Okay. So it seems if I join it, it's going to delete this now. Okay. So I can decide to just leave it like here, and I can now join this. Okay. So basically we have these now. Okay. Even though it did not join together, so I can still move this separate. Good. So I can modify this my way. Can you see now? I was unable to create a what? A perfect rectangle here, right? Good. But with the help of this icon now, I can easily do that. I'm still going to join it. Can you see now? But they have a little more what? Okay, the anchor point is not joined together. So we have our roof separate and we have this area now. So with the help of my direct selection tool, I can now adjust my what? My anchor point. Okay, to where I want it to be. So can you see now? So can you see so good. So that one is also showing you the what? One of the function of your direct selection tool. So we have this. Then you can have something like window, right? Or door. So let's just do that. Okay. So you click on it, click on this, click on this. Okay. So we have these now. So we can now change the feel of this now to white so that we can see it. So and we can position it. Can you see now? So can you see what we have been able to create? So you can just align everything together here now. Okay, click on center align here so that everything can be at the what? At the center. So can you see now? So this is actually an house icon. This is actually a what? An house icon. So you can see that we are able to create this now with using just our what? Our pen tool. Can you see? Nothing more. We just use only our pen tool to create this. It's as simple as that. So now I believe you will be wondering, can we actually create a circle with our pen tool? Can we create a circle with our pen tool? So now that's going to lead me to what I'm going to explain now. If you want to work with curved line using your pen tool, there is a key you have to always press on your keyboard, and that key is Control. Okay, so let's assume we want to draw an oval shape now. Oval. So click on your pen tool, then click on then you create a first anchor point, hold on hold on shift, create the second one. Okay, hold your control. Okay, so let's start over again. Click your pen tool. Okay, click your pen tool. Can you see we have these anchor points keep on? Okay, so now let's activate it again. Good. So we have this plain area now. So we have this plain area. Okay, so now let's activate our pen tool. Can you see now? Good. So I have my anchor point. Then I'm about to create the next one. So can you see now? All I just have to do is to right click. Okay, hold on the right click on my mouse. Hold on my what? Right click. Oh, sorry. I think I said control earlier, right? Good. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. You have to click on right click. Okay. So when you click on right click, can you see now? So it gives you access to what? To have some curve. Do you get it now? Good. So with that now, when you have the perfect curve that you need there, you can what? You can hold it. Then you can still have it now. Create it. Good. So, but you can see that we can't create a what? A perfect circle with this. Good. We can see that we can create a perfect circle with this. Good. Why? I'm going to tell you the reason later. Okay. Just keep on watching. So it means that when you just need a shape with a little curve, you can still do that with your pen tool. Okay, but it's not as effective as the next tool I'm going to be showing you in Illustrator when it comes to curved shapes that involve curves. Okay, so let's try again. Can you see? Right click on your anchor point, right click on your mouse also. Okay, then you can move it. Remember, you can always change the position of the anchor point. Okay, so can you see some of those things we are doing now using just the curve? Okay, because we are trying to create a curve. So can you see? You can still create some what? Some custom shape using the little curve and your what? Okay, this shape doesn't make sense, right? But they have a way we can actually use it in design, right? Are you sure? Okay, so now let's continue. So with that now, I've shown you basically how the pen tool actually works. Okay, so it means that anytime you want to draw some custom shape that involves straight line, you can easily use your pen tool to do that. Okay, and if you have some shape that involve just little curve, you can still make use of your pen your pen tool. Okay, do you get my point now? So another thing, because before I move to the next two, there is something I want to explain about Paint tool. You can also use Paint tool to make a custom type, okay, a custom logo type in Adobe Illustrator. You know, there are some times that you need to make a custom type for your what for your logo. When you have a brand logo and you want to have the brand name and you want to have the logo type, which is the brand name, okay, there are times that you have to be the one to what to create the logo type. You don't want to use the existing font. Okay, you want to create the logo type yourself. Pen tool can actually help you to do that. And let's do a little example. But take note, you need to have a sketch. You need to have a what? A sketch. So now I'm just going to write a letter now. I'm just going to write a letter with my type tool. Just A alone is okay. Then I'm going to increase the size just to show you how you can use it to create a what? A custom type. So let's assume we have these now. Good. So let's assume this is our sketch now. Let's assume this is our sketch and we want to work with this now. You can easily use your pen tool. So I'm saying this is our sketch now. So I can just reduce the transparency to 50 so that we can, okay, you can see it's not as visible now. Good. Let's reduce it to 10. So with this now, we can just use our pen tool. Just take note of the anchor point area we're going to have there. Okay, we're going to have the first one here. Can you see? Then we are following the sketch we have here. Can you see? Good. We are following this. Oh, sorry. So for this to be active, I need to change it to stroke so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. You know, when I have it in fill, it actually cover up the whole space, right? Good. So now let's have it this way. Then I'll come back to this my pen tool. Okay, I can continue from where I stop here. So can you see? I can just join this now. So then I can create this and join it with this one also. I can create the anchor point here, join it with this, create an anchor point here, join it with what? With this. Okay. So we can still do the inside also. Okay. Let's zoom in so that we can see what we are doing. So can you see now? So can you see now? Let me delete this so that we can start it. Okay, good. So I'm going to add one anchor point here also. I'm going to add it here, here. Good. So can you see what we have now? So you can see that basically, look at this area. This area is not perfect. This area is not perfect. So we have to do what we have to make sure it's perfect. So you can just come to your direct selection tool, then you drag this anchor point down. Okay, double tap on it and drag it down. Good. So dragging it down actually delete that what that excess we have there. Control Z so that you can see the difference now. Can you see what we have earlier? Good. Control Shift plus Z now to undo. Can you see what we have now? Good. So I can continue like that. Since I have my sketch, I can continue like that to make use of this now to what to have my logo type. So now this is what we have, right? Good. This is what we have. I want to delete myself. Good. So this is what we have, right? Good. And remember, it's not as visible as our normal here, right? And if I change it to fill, what will happen? Can you see? Good. So I can easily change this to what? To white. Okay, I can change the fill of these to what? To white. Can you see now? It's as simple as that. So we have been able to create our what? Our head. So we can go on like that. Okay, just make sure that you have a sketch of the logo what type. Just make sure you have the perfect. It's not compulsory to be 100% perfect sketch, but the sketch should show exactly what you want to achieve with that. So can you see now we are able to create a letter A using our pen tool. So we can go on to create in as much it involve what? Just straight line and little curve. Do you get it now? Good. And with combination of two or more tools, you can easily create any custom type you want to create in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, should I bust your brain now? Do you know that the font you are actually using, some of them are made from scratch here in Adobe Illustrator? You need to add you need to ask the letter artist. Okay, so they can give you the full gist. So now I like to teach with fun so that you can understand the concept. So what I'm just trying to tell you is, as a logo designer, you don't necessarily need to rely on the font you have on your PC. There are some projects that involves you to create your own logo type from scratch, and with the help of your pen tool, you can do that. Okay, so and if you can't finish everything with it, then that is where this second shape I'm going to explain come into place, which is called Curvature Tool. Okay, it is called Curvature Tool, and it's right here beside our pen tool. So can you see it's right here beside our pen tool? What's the function of this Curvature Tool? This Curvature Tool helps you to create any custom shape. Okay, for example, any organic shape you want to create, with this help of this conversion tool, you can actually do that. Okay, though you can still create some perfect line shape here, okay, just by double tapping on it to create the anchor point, double tap, okay, and you can also hold on your shift so that you can have the straight line you double tap. But if you don't double tap, this is what you are going to have. Can you see? Because I didn't what? I didn't double tap. So good. And you see what we are having now? Good. So if you want to create a straight line with your conversion tool, all you have to do is to click on the first anchor point, then double tap. Okay, can you see now? Good. So it's as simple as that. Then we can now change the stroke to black so that you can see what we have done there. So can you see? Good. And you can just hold on your shift to make it a what? A perfect line. Okay. But most importantly, the function of your conversion tool is to help you to create shapes that involve curve to any extent. Okay. Is to help you to create shapes that involve what? Curve to any extent. Okay. With this our conversion tool, we can create oval shape. So let's try to create oval shape. Okay, we can still adjust the anchor point. Remember, we are still dealing with the anchor point here also, right? So I'm deleting it so that you can take note of that. So this point is known as anchor point. Okay, and with the help of anchor point, we can create what different shapes. Okay, irrespective of either you are using a pencil or canvas tool. So take note of that. And when you want to make modification, you have to make use of the anchor point area. So now let's assume we want to create an oval shape now using our conversion tool. So now let me just draw our oval shape with a normal basic shape so that we can just see what we are doing. Okay, so at times you need to have a sketch to make what you want to do. Okay, so this is it. So good. So I'm going to give it just outline. Then I'm going to give it a dash outline so that we can just follow that path. Okay, to learn more about our what. So I'm going to give it what? A dash stroke. So I'll click the stroke area. So can you see now? So if it's okay, good. Then I can increase the weight to 5 so that we can see it. So can you see now? So basically this is our oval shape here, right? Good. So now we want to replicate this using our conversion tool. All you have to do is to click on conversion. Then you're going to see how it's going to work now. Okay. So let me lock this. If you want to lock any element, all you have to do, highlight it, right click, where is lock? Okay, you can easily press Control 1. Okay, Control plus 1. Control plus 1 will actually make it to zoom in. Why? Lock this. There should be an option for lock here. Okay, no problem. Since there's an option for lock, now let's just make use of the inside. Okay, so remember what we are talking about is still our conversion tool. Okay, so now we want to replicate this oval shape using our conversion tool. So all we have to do, we can easily follow the what, the shape expanded. We are not working with the shape, we are working outside the shape. Okay, remember, because this shape is made up of anchor points, that's the reason why it's giving you some options also. But remember, we are working with this now. So let's assume, can you see now? So I'm going to change this to fill. I'm going to change this to fill. I'm going to change this to fill now. So can you see? So we have our first anchor point here. Good. Okay, can you see? So now we can still make modifications to it. We can still make modifications to it using our what? So let me change it to outline. Good. So we can still make modifications to it. Okay, we can still make modifications to it. Let's reduce it. Resize. No, so just to fit in now. So using this our direct selection tool, we can adjust our anchor point here now. So can you see? Good. So we can drag it here. We can work with this. Good. Then we can work with this. We can also work with this. If we move this here. Okay. So because I'm trying to replicate this oval shape perfectly, so that's the reason why it's taking time. So I can decide to add more anchor point also using my conversion tool. Okay, so if you know that there's a need for you to what, to add more anchor points. So can you see now? More anchor points give me more access to what? To adjust it till I get my perfect what shape. So can you see now? I'm able to trade this now. Good. I'm able to move this. Then I can delete this anchor point by clicking on it and click on delete. So can you see now? I can delete this one also. Good. So I have this. So I can add another anchor point here now to make sure. Can you see now? I can add another anchor point here. Good. Let's straighten this with this. So can you see now? So basically, okay, remember the one we are working with. Okay, I need to send this to back. Then I need to lock it. Yeah, I've been able to lock it. Control plus 2. Okay, so if I want to unlock, all I need to do is to right click, then you will see unlock. Okay, but I need to lock it so that it can give me access to work with this very well. So can you see now? So we have this. Let me increase the weight to 12. Okay, so that you can see it very well. So basically, so I can still continue adding more words, anchor points, or adjusting the existing one using my direct selection to create the what, the perfect oval shape that I need. Do you get my point now? So that is how conversion tools also work. Do you get it now? So that is how conversion tools work. It helps you to create what? To create shapes that involve curve to any extent just by adding more or deleting the existing anchor point and tracing your what? Your sketch. Okay, and tracing your sketch. Do you get my point now? So if you want to, for example now, letter G. Okay, remember we make use of our pencil to just what? To just edit this our what? Our letter A here. So let's also want to draw letter G. It means it's going to involve some curve, right? Good. So we can make use of our conversion to make some little adjustment to that. So now we are going to do something before we proceed, and that's by putting what we have learned into practice and seeing a little difference between pen tool and conversion tool. So I'm going to import a shape now. So let's have this. Good. So these are called blob shape. Okay, blob. I think of blob, B-L-O-B. Okay, B-L-O-B. So these are we can also refer to them as organic shape also. Okay, good. So of what these are some blob shape or organic shape that we have. So now we are going to do two things here. We are only going to replicate one here. Okay, we are going to replicate one here using both pen tool and conversion tool. And you are going to tell me the the two that makes the work easier, now. Okay, and what's the work we are doing here? We want to retrace one. Okay, so we are going to use our pen tool and conversion tool. So we are going to compare the difference now. So which one do we go for? Let's go for this. Okay, good. So I'm going to reduce the opacity to 30 so that we can see what we are doing. So can you see now? Good. Then Control 2 to lock. So I'm going to start with my pen tool. Can you see now? I'm going to start with my pen tool. Take note of the timing also. So I'm going to follow this area now. Can you see what I'm doing? So I need to zoom in very well to see what I want to do. Okay. So can you see? Okay. You can work with your what? Okay, remember what I'm pressing? I'm right clicking for it to give me that curve, right? Okay, so basically we are still having this. So I need a curve here, so I have to do this. Okay, so I have to do this also. I need to adjust this area. So I'll adjust that later. Okay, up to this. I still have this. I still have this. So I need a curve here. Delete that point. Add a point here, join it with this. Delete this. So So you can see the stress this thing is actually giving me now just to replicate this. Can you see? Good. So basically, this is what in the simplest time possible without spending more time, this is what we can get with our pen tool. Okay. I can actually get it better by doing some little more modification by using my direct selection tool. I don't want to waste our time. Okay, so this is the basic thing we can get here now. So now let's use our conversion tool to retrace this shape now and see what we will be able to get with that. Okay, so this is our conversion tool. All we have to do is to what? Keep on adding what? A curve. Okay, so can you see? Can you see basically what we're having now? Can you see now? Good. So can you see basically what we are having here? Okay. So here also I'm not going to what? Okay. I'm not going to spend more time trying to refine it to make it perfect. I'm just trying to show you the what? The difference. So in the shortest possible time now. Okay. So in the shortest possible time, this is what we have with our conversion tool. And this is what with our pen tool. So now I'm going to unlock this, then change the opacity back to 100% and let's compare. So between this and this is made with our conversion tool and this is made with our pen tool in the quickest possible time without spending any extra time. So with this or this, which one makes the perfect what the shape to what we have here? Good. You will agree with me that the conversion tool helps us to what? To have something more similar to this than our what? Our pen tool. So just to explain the difference between your conversion tool and your what? And your pen tool. Good. So I hope you get the logic now. Good. So now let's proceed. Another thing I want to show you in this video now is what we have under the drop down icon of this our pen tool, which is called anchor point. Okay, remember I told you that we need an anchor point to actually create a line on any shape. So with the help of this anchor point tool, you can you need to have an anchor point in line already. This, let's create this line. Good. So V now. Good. So click on the drop down icon and click on your anchor point. So with this now, you can make modifications to your anchor point area. Okay. Like if you need a curve, so can you see now? Good. So if you come here also, good. And there is an option for you to add anchor point or delete anchor point. But that one is not visible here, but you can activate it. If you want to activate a tool for you to add or delete anchor point without coming to this your control bar area, can you see that if you come here, you have this function, remove selected anchor point. Okay, so if I click on remove, it can also show a +1 here. Okay, but without coming here, if you want to activate a tool that will help you to do the adding and removing of the anchor point in the quickest possible time, you can activate it here by clicking on this three dotted line here. Can you see? Then you click on add anchor point. So if I add anchor point and delete anchor point. So can you see where I come to here? This three dotted line. Then click on anchor point. So if I come to the, if I activate it and come to this area, while this one is being active, then I can easily what? Do that. So do you get my point now? So it's as simple as that. So this is going to be the end of this video now. See you in the next video.